There are some jobs that sound peaceful on paper. Security guard sounds simple. Sit at a desk, watch cameras, protect the building, maybe deal with one annoying customer. That's it. And that's exactly what I thought my shift was going to be. Honestly, it was kind of perfect. And that's usually when life decides to humble you. Because out of nowhere, I heard it. Tiny footsteps. Very tiny footsteps. At first, I thought I was imagining things. Then I looked down, and my entire soul left my body. Two giant cockroaches were slowly crawling across the lobby floor. And they weren't moving normally. They were walking like movie villains. Slow, confident, completely disrespectful. Like they owned the building and I was trespassing. And I immediately panicked, because let me make something very clear. I do not play with roaches. At all. One of the roaches suddenly charged directly at me. Not walking, running. And I completely lost my mind. And somehow, I actually landed a hit. The roach flew across the floor, and for one beautiful second, I thought the war was over. Wrong. Because the second roach immediately charged at me too. And that's when I realized this wasn't random. These bugs were working together. And somehow that made everything worse. I was now fighting coordinated insects. The first roach recovered, the second roach regrouped, and both of them started moving like tiny soldiers preparing for war. Meanwhile, I was screaming, swinging random objects, and losing all professional behavior. I grabbed a broom, and everything escalated. Now I'm standing on top of a chair, swinging a broom like I'm defending humanity itself. Papers were flying, furniture was moving, I was yelling at bugs like they understood English, and somehow one roach got injured. It started limping dramatically across the floor, and for some reason that made me feel slightly bad. Suddenly I felt strange, like my brain was being attacked. I got weirdly emotional, and for a second I actually felt bad for the roaches, like maybe I was the villain. Then I snapped out of it. Absolutely not. This was psychological warfare, and I refused to lose to insects. That's when the final battle started. I went completely insane. I was jumping on chairs, swinging the broom in circles, running across the lobby, dodging invisible attacks, screaming. At one point, I looked like a ninja having a breakdown. And somehow, I won. The roaches were finally chased out of the building. I slammed the door shut behind them and stood there breathing heavily like I had just survived war. But then things somehow became even more embarrassing. Because upstairs, corporate executives were watching the entire security footage live on a giant monitor. They watched me screaming, jumping on furniture, fighting bugs like my life depended on it. At first, they were laughing. Then they replayed the footage, and after watching everything, they all got quiet. Because, as ridiculous as I looked, I still protected the building. And one of them finally said the most respectful thing I've ever heard. She looked crazy, but she won. And honestly, that's all that matters. I fixed my uniform, sat back down, and tried to regain my dignity. Then I heard something outside the door. Tiny footsteps, and one tiny roach sound. They'll be back, and this time I'll be waiting.